Hey guys, it's your fantasy football fool, Dylan D back here. Welcome back to the show. The hype, where all we do is talk about, is the only thing to talk about, which is fantasy football. So let's get it going real quick. So what we're doing here is we're checking out Daniel Jeremiah's 3.0 mock draft that he did. We're just going to take some notes, compare the differences in what he did and what I would do. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Let us know how we're doing or how bad we're doing. Let's get this going, guys. All right. Again, first pick, Carolina Panthers. They're getting Bryce Young. That's just, that's just who he likes more. I think CJ Stroud would be a better fit for that system. But, it's potato. We'll see what they go. Houston Texans with CJ Stroud. That's almost everybody knows that's what's going to happen there. Whoever doesn't get one's going to get the other. Pretty easy, self-explanatory. All righty. Right here we have the Arizona Cardinals picking 3. Again, I think this could be a prime spot for them to trade back. Whoever wants to come up and try to edge up the Colts to get a quarterback like Anthony Richards or Will Levis, somebody's going to move up to try to jump those other teams to get this pick. I mean, this is a prime spot. I mean, that's going to be, you're going to be asking for a lot for that. But at that same time, if you can give it up, you can give it up. But they're getting Will Anderson. Again, that's just the best non-quarterback on the board, and with that doesn't have any trouble going on with Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, I hope you get all your stuff figured out, man. Good player. Let's see how far Daniel Jeremiah actually has Jalen Carter falling. I don't think he's going to fall out of the top 7, so we'll see how far he goes. And, Anthony Richardson going to the Colts. I know Coach Shane Steichen really, with I don't know him, but I'm assuming, I should say, that's all these mocks are as assumptions. I would assume that with all the work that he did with Jalen Hurts, that's probably why everybody's anticipating them going this route with Anthony Richardson. Well, and hopefully he turns out to be better than Jalen Hurts or as good as Jalen Hurts. But a safer pick to me is going to be Will Levis right there. I love Will Levis. I love Anthony Richardson too, but it's really how big you want to build, and you're betting your job, Jim Ballard, on this guy right here too. So Will Levis could easily go right there. Well, it looks like we answered the question of how far will Jalen Carter fall. Number 5 to the Seattle Sea Chickens. Seahawks right there. Yeah, that would be nasty. Jaron Reed, Draymond Jones, Jalen Carter get thrown into that rotation. Maybe even another edge on there. We'll see what happens. Probably right. If that's not Jalen Carter right there, that's probably Tyree Wilson. Devon Witherspoon going to the Detroit Lions. I'm going to have to disagree with you right here. Daniel Jeremiah, you're amazing at your job, and you do a bunch of good stuff. You really do. But I think my big board, Christian Gonzalez, is just a little bit better and more fine-tuned, and will play very well in that system with that they want to run there. Keep on going. And Tyree Wilson going to the Raiders. I could really see this actually going that way if he's there. If not, that's probably like a tackle maybe to help on that offensive line or something like that. Or that's another prime position for them to trade back to. That's a good pick for them. I just don't think Chandler Jones produced enough for them. So that's why this makes a logical sense. What do you know? That's actually exactly what they talked about. Christian Gonzalez going to Atlanta is an absolute steal. Like, I love Christian Gonzalez. You guys are going to hear that a lot if you watch anything about the hype. Like, I love this guy. I think he's amazing. He really is. And then getting Jesse Bates, and then I can't think of their other cornerback's name. I want AJ Terrell. That guy is amazing. This defensive secondary could be changed overnight. They're probably going to win their division too. Maybe Carolina can make a run for it. We don't really know how they're going to be, but I think right here, Carolina also needs another wide receiver after getting rid of DJ Moore. But Atlanta could probably win that division. Go on down. The Chicago Bears, Peter Skronsky. This is an awesome pick right here, to be honest with you. This guy can play every position. Everybody knows that Peter Skronsky is my number one. My number one on the offensive line boards right there. That's easy. Keep on going. Whoa, Philly taking Lucas Van Ness. That's an awesome pick, actually, right there. That's a little bit wild. I think that's a good trading spot for them, too. I really think that's awesome. Talk about value right there. Lucas Van Ness is really young too. Bunch of gifts that this guy could do, and going into that defense, if they can really get that down and hammer down, that's awesome. I bet the Houston Texans fans right there are kind of mad. That's where I would have projected Lucas Van Ness to go, is right there at 12. Top 10 pick, number 10 pick. That's really good too. Let's see what else they got. I also think that Philly, if they're smart and they have the money, I don't know. I know they haven't got the Jalen Hurts deal done yet. If the Chargers could move up, which is my team, and get this number 10 pick, or the number 9 with Chicago by trading Austin Eckler to one of these teams, that's value right there, especially if the Chargers can Skronsky. But I don't know how much that is. Ooh, Tennessee Titans getting Jackson Smith to Jimba. I mean, for playmaking, I could see it. Like, he's really fast, and if he can stay healthy, I would say Quentin Johnson would be a better pick right there at wide receiver than Daniel Jeremiah is going that way. Yeah, Robert Running, they need an immediate impact. I mean, they need help everywhere. So, I mean, there's no bad picks at this point in time. Myles Murphy going to the Texans. Edge, they got their quarterback. They get Myles Murphy right there, shoring up right there where their free agent left off. Obo Okoronkwo, I think, is who left. But yeah, that's a good pick at 12 too. I really do. I love DeMeco Ryans. We haven't seen what he's going to do yet in the draft, but I really hope that they have an awesome draft. I really do. Keep it going. Oh, we had breaking news last night too that if you guys haven't seen it yet, Elijah Moore was traded from the Jets to the Cleveland Browns for their second round pick. I don't even know how many draft picks the Cleveland Browns have now, but I think Elijah Moore going to the Cleveland Browns is going to actually help him out a lot. And the New York Jets, Nolan Smith. I'm going to disagree with you right here. This pick actually probably is going to go to Green Bay. I don't know. That's a lot to give up for Aaron Rodgers. I know he's a Hall of Famer, and I'm saying that's a lot, but not really. I see what they're going here, where it's saying that Bryce Huff and Carl Lawson's are pinching salary cap hits and issues. Nolan Smith's easy right there. That's going to be offensive tackle, left tackle. It doesn't matter who you get to play for you. If they can't stay healthy and they can't stand in the pocket and throw the ball, it doesn't matter. Like, you need a left tackle. So that's probably going to be Anton Harrison or me or whatever the next best, or Paris Johnson Jr. I don't think he came off the board yet. That'd probably be slam dunk right there. New England Patriots get in Bijan Robinson at 14. I love Bijan. I love his game. Running backs are not really they are a premium when you find that hidden gem talent. People just aren't paying that much for them because the game has changed so much. Guys like Eckler, CMC, those scat backs who can get out of there, make all those catches and do all those different wheel routes and all the route tree combinations and things like that. Those are the guys who are the future. Bijan can probably do that too. It's probably going to take a little bit more time. That guy was a beast at Texas. He destroyed my Sooners. But him going to New England they would have a very powerful backfield with Ramondre Stevenson. Green Bay, Paris Johnson Jr. at 15. I like that. I really do. They're just setting up for the future for whoever they have quarterback. It might be Jordan Love for the foreseeable future or whatever happens next year. Because I think he's in they exercise his 5th year this year. So we'll see what happens. They're setting up for the future. Dalton Kincaid at 16. I understand why they would go right there because they do need help at tight end. I just think that's a lot to give up. You also need a cornerback. You play in a very tough division where they love to throw the ball. The New York Giants, actually, they were going to be throwing the ball a lot more this year too. The Dallas Cowboys throw the ball. That's a tough division to be in. I mean, and you got Philly who just went to the Super Bowl and pretty much ran all over you guys too. So I could that's cornerback for me. That's Joey Porter Jr. or Devon Witherspoon for me. Broderick Jones. See, again, another guy who just fell. Broderick Jones for the Pittsburgh Steelers is awesome. They need help on that offensive line too. So that I'm pretty sure Kenny Pickett's like, thank you. Or even if, because this is a deep cornerback class and they do need cornerback too, but they have a franchise quarterback to keep up. The Detroit Lions, Kalijah Cansey. I could see them doing that. That's actually probably a really good pick. He's getting, again, they're saying that about him, comping him to Aaron Donald. Well, they're not really commenting. They're just saying Brad Holmes spent a lot of time around Aaron Donald. That's a hope right there. That really is. I mean, if he turns out to be the next Aaron Donald, that is awesome. That's a steal at 18. Just like what Aaron Donald was. He was a steal at wherever he fell to. I don't have that information right in front of me. But that would be an amazing pick right there at 18 for them. Honestly, though, after going, I think they, and Daniel Jeremiah's pick, they picked, what is it? I forgot his name. Devon Witherspoon. I could see him going defensive interior right there. I wouldn't do it. I would probably would have went with one of the DNs to kind of help out with on that rotation. Champa Bay, not no more. Will Levis, I understand why they would pick him there. They went out and got Baker. Baker's that bridge quarterback for them now. They're trying to see if Kyle Trask could possibly do something right there. They need offensive linemen too, so bad. There are a lot of decent, good offensive linemen in this one, but if there's a premier offensive lineman like Dewan Jones on the board, or Anton Harrison, they probably should take him right here. It doesn't matter who you have playing quarterback in the NFL. I mean, Lamar Jackson could be there. As long as they don't have an offensive line, you can't win. Ask a lot of teams that. Ooh, Jordan Addison right there, the Seattle Seahawks. I like that pick too. I think it's a really good pick. He's a very polished route runner. Pretty quick guy too. But I think, yeah, that's a good pick. I could see Zay Flowers going there too. Let's get to the Chargers. It says Chargers. Zay Flowers coming right off the board right there. It depends on what happens with Austin Eckler too, and if Zay Flowers falls this far too. But I really, as you guys know, I really, really like Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs going here to 21. If he falls in the second round to us, that's amazing too. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. But yeah, Zay Flowers is really fast. That's what the offensive coordinator wants. Joey Porter Jr. going to the Baltimore Ravens is an absolute steal for the Ravens. They would love that. And every time that they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, JPJ would probably be calling his dad saying, beat your team. Minnesota Vikings, Hendon Hooker. That's a head scratcher right there. They need help in a lot of places too. I guess I understand why they would go Hendon Hooker. He had a very solid career. I like if Hendon Hooker wasn't hurt, he would definitely be in that draft class. And they're saying that he's supposed to be ready for the start of the season and things like that. They're going to play Kirk Cousins. And maybe this is some time for them to do that stuff. But I don't think any other team's really going to draft Hendon Hooker in the first or second round. Maybe Tanner McKee could probably go in the later rounds or the early late stages, but not Hendon Hooker. Right there, you need to address your defensive line, probably your offensive line, and probably even get some more help for Justin Jefferson. The Jaguars, Deonte Banks. I do love Deonte Banks. He's a very good player. Him and Tariq Stevenson from Miami. Those are guys are really, really high on my board too. That's a good pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have no complaints. They need another cornerback to help them out. Joe Tippmann. I like this pick. I really do. But Osiris Torrance is still on the board. I think Osiris Torrance is a little bit better right there too. And I love guys who can play at all five positions. Cody Mott going here would be, that's value, man. Any guy who can play all five positions, maybe not in the NFL. I mean, he probably could if they really wanted to. That's a steal. That might be because I think Joe Tippmann actually plays center, but John Michael Schmidt I have higher on my board at center than him. Mozzie Smith, I like that pick to Dallas, especially after getting Brandon Cooks and things like that. Mozzie Smith right there fits pretty well. But they could go, Mozzie Smith is predicted to maybe go right around here too, so that's a safe pick. They do need defensive interior help. Neville Gallimore and those guys are kind of iffy and spotty. No disrespect to Neville Gallimore. Bro, I love you. Buffalo Bills, Quentin Johnson. That's a steal, man, honestly. I mean, why not? Just give more weapons to Josh Allen. Yay! Gabe Davis too. Yep, Darnell Wright. That's sliding him in at right tackle. Them getting excuse me, sorry about that. Them getting Orlando Brown Jr. right there is great too. I mean, bookends. There's good luck in that division. Now, I love Darnell Wright. I really do. I think he's a hidden gem. If you guys haven't watched Darnell Wright, watch the Alabama game. Watch what he did to Will Anderson Jr. Will Anderson Jr. is an amazing talent, a great guy who's going to play at a high level in the NFL. barring any injury. Watch that tape on him, guys. You will seriously, Darnell Wright will probably fly up your board. I think he can play left tackle too. I'm not for sure. Michael Mayer here, I do not agree with this at all. I mean, if Dalton Kincaid's here, maybe I see why, because Dalton Kincaid's off the board right here. They need help with defensive interior too. They also need, they lost Marcus Davenport. They could also use defensive end help right here. So Felix and Duque Nzame going to the Eagles at 30. Again, this is probably a premier spot for Jahmyr Gibbs right there. So he could get right there too. I do like Uzama a lot. I also really like the kid out of Northwestern, Adumbe. That guy. That guy's amazing. At 30 would be a steal. I also really like Will McDonald too. If you like, Will McDonald kind of fits that Philly mold. So does all three of those guys that actually could fit that Philly mold. So that'd just be Dak Prescott's having nightmares about seeing these guys right now. Not a Cowboys fan. Will McDonald coming straight off the board next. At the Kansas City Chiefs. As we all know, they let go of Frank Clark. They do need this pick too. There's a lot of good there's some pretty quality defensive end later in the draft. Free agency still going on. They also need to replace Orlando Brown. I don't know if they're going to move somebody over or anything like that, but that's a must for them. I understand the Will McDonald pick. I do. I just think that that's something that they have to get addressed sooner rather than later. But that's the end of the draft right there. We hope that you guys enjoyed the show. Definitely let us know. And again, I'm your fantasy football fool, Dylan D. Thanks for watching the hype, guys. Come back, subscribe. Have another one out soon.